Hey, what's up, sports bettors? It's Matt Modi here with OddsJam. And what I'm going to be doing in this video, I have a cross-sport three-leg parlay, 25 bucks to win a little over $300 between football and hockey, but the bets will be settled tonight. I always love using OddsJam to find positive expected value plays and then putting them into a parlay. Don't really put more than like half of a unit. So for those of you unit sizing, if you're doing one of these parlays, you really shouldn't put more than a half of a unit on it. For this one specifically, I put a quarter of a unit. Generally, and I will admit, parlays are one of the more square things that sports bettors can do. Sports books themselves love when people place parlays, but there are certain situations in which they are profitable bets to make, even in a parlay. One scenario is if you're getting some sort of risk-free parlay or same-game parlay. So Caesars does it, FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, all these books do it. They give you up to a certain amount of money, and if your parlay loses, then they will refund it up to that amount. Those are only worth doing if they will refund the entire parlay and if they will refund it no matter how many legs lose. Sometimes you'll see like a place a 4-leg, get your money back if one leg loses. That's really not worth it. But if you just get the money back regardless, as long as you meet the criteria of like a minimum 3 legs and maximum or minimum odds, normally it's like plus 400, those are worth it. Another time, parlays are worth doing, again, with a lower unit size. If you just parlay a bunch of plays that have positive expected value associated with them. Positive EV bets parlayed together can be profitable in the long run. I have hit maybe 3 or 4 of these parlays so far since football season started. So still paying for the amount. Obviously, your win percentage is not going to be high, but as long as you profit enough over what you're risking, then it's worth doing in the long run, especially if you get one of those ridiculous ones to hit for 1,000, 10,000, whatever it may be, then you're really cooking. So the play I have, I'm going to lock in for $25 on Caesars. Let me go ahead and zoom in here. Let me place this bet. So it's $25 to win 324. It was like plus 1,100 odds, something like that. Cross sport parlay between the NFL and the NHL. So let's chat about it. The first leg that I added here is John Bates under 1.5 receptions plus 143 odds on Caesars. Now, you probably aren't even aware of who John Bates is. He is the tight end for the Commanders. He's actually in line for more playing time with Logan Thomas out, which is why his receptions is plus money to take an under 1.5. Two receptions is not a lot, admittedly, but even with him getting more playing time, he's still at a minimum probably 4th in terms of the pecking order, in terms of targets. Probably 5th, to be honest with you. They have, probably 5th. They have 3 receivers who are probably going to get targets over him: Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, De'Ami Brown. They have a running back in J.D. McKissick, who's probably going to get targets over John Bates. So the 5th target in a Carson Wentz-led offense going under 1.5 receptions, I like it, and it's plus 143 odds. So you're getting a great price on this one. It's also probably worth taking individually. If you do, I'd recommend putting about half, maybe 3/4 of a unit. Like I'll probably round this one up to 75. I do think it's worth taking individually, but in this parlay, it's great as well. The no-vig line is giving you plus 134. This no-vig line is being calculated from OddsJam, taking into account thousands and thousands of bets just to determine what the no-vig line is, to determine what the sharp sportsbooks are, then removing the vig from those sharp sportsbooks, and then coming up with the no-vig odds. So the true line of this is telling you it's plus 134. We are getting it all the way up at plus 143 on Caesars. That's pretty good. That was the first leg that I added. The next one that I added, and this was a player prop in hockey, was Jonathan Toews under 1.5 shots on goal. So similar logic here in terms of it being positive EV. No-vig line giving you plus 131. Caesars giving you plus 136. The gap between those two books is where your positive expected value comes from. So that one I locked in. Jonathan Toews under 1.5 shots on goal plus 136 on Caesars. And then the last one, same market, player shots on goal, different game. Brady Tachik, I'm not sure how to pronounce that guy's last name. Hopefully I didn't just totally butcher it. Over 3.5 shots on goal. Again, plus 126 on Caesars. So the reason why I like this one, I only needed to make 3 plays into the parlay, and I got the odds at plus 1,100. which is because they all are for plus money. Some of them a pretty decent amount, like plus 143, plus 136, plus 126, all plus money odds. So when you parlay them together, obviously you get the higher payout. So I like this parlay. I recommend tailing this one at home. Again, John Bates under 1.5 receptions. And that's the NFL one. Jonathan Toews under 1.5 shots on goal. Another that's an NHL one. And then another NHL one. Brady Tkachuk over 3.5 shots on goal. And that is going to be it. So I recommend tailing this parlay. I have high hopes for it. I really like this one. So if you do tail, let me know. Would love to hear it. But that's it. So I appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.